Hi, thank you for visiting my YouTube channel. In this video, we're going to take a look at Singapore funds, the key investor contacts, and fundraising targets. This database provides direct insight into 2022 to 2024 Singapore funds and fund managers actively raising and deploying capital, giving deal makers a clear path to the right investors at the right time. To be clear, this is the who's who of Singapore capital and fundraising. The ultimate institutional investor database, introducing a rare database of institutional-grade investors sourced from my exclusive database of over 400,000 global capital professionals. For the first time ever, this powerful resource is available to help you access capital like never before. So the Singapore Fund Investor Database components, this database contains 340 fund managers, 4,500 key investment contacts with emails, and includes funds raised in 2022 to 2024. Some of the key database fields include contact names, titles, investor type, location and geographic preference, website, email, sector specialization, investment strategy, and fund descriptions. Top fund strategies in the database includes 1, venture capital, that could be seed, startup, early stage, growth, late stage. 2, buyout or private equity. 3, real estate, core value add, opportunistic, distressed debt. Infrastructure, core value add, opportunistic and debt. Direct lending and private credit, that could be senior debt, mezzanine or distressed. 6, special situations. 7, secondaries, direct and fund. 8, funds and co-investment. 9, natural resources and energy. And number 10, hybrid and multi-strategy funds. So why this database matters? Well, this is the who's who in Singapore capital and fundraising. It's a very rare and exclusive database. You're going to see this coming up in just a bit, of the most hard to access contacts in the Singapore fundraising ecosystem. This resource provides direct access to the professionals and funds that control billions of dollars in capital across private equity and venture capital. It includes 340 leading funds, 4,500 key fundraising professionals, billions in capital access, exclusive and hard to access, one-of-a-kind database built for serious fundraising efforts. It's perfect for those seeking to raise capital in Singapore and Asia across real estate, startups, and private equity deals. So let's take a look at the database. So just quickly, a key database disclosure. My extensive database library provides hundreds of thousands of global contacts, typically including LinkedIn profiles, emails, and websites, though not all details are complete. Primarily compiled and updated from 2021 to 25, with most updates in the last 2 years. Now, this corporate resource may include contacts whose roles have changed. It's designed as an excellent starting point for outreach. It's best leveraged and continually refined by organizations with dedicated data teams. Now, this database comprises a blend of individuals and companies, each with distinct investment criteria and operating conditions, so there's no guarantee your approach will be favorably received. Note, this database is available to corporate institutional groups only, no personal sales. Okay, so now we're on the master database. We're going to get to the Singapore one just coming up, but this shows you how I actually do the filtering. You can see on the bottom left-hand corner we have 99,214 funds, and these include funds all the way back from about 2007. But for the Singapore list and all the lists that I create for clients, I usually start with 2022, 2023, and 2024, so you have a better chance of capturing funds that are still deploying capital. So on the top hand side, you see the name, the background. So all these funds are going to have a short description, so you can do some filtering there. But most of the great filtering happens towards the right. You've got the asset class, their strategy, primary region focus, and the status of the fund. Fund size, you're going to get a bit of information about the structure. You're going to get information about how many years it's been active, target sizes, minimums, maximums. And then we get a little bit further over here on the right hand side. You're going to get more information about the address and the key contacts. So for example, you're going to see where it's located. You're going to get the website, you're going to get the email, telephone. So that's the master database. Now let's switch over to see the contacts. So the contacts, you can see as I scroll down to the very bottom here, you're going to have about 412,000 contacts. Go back up to the top, you're going to get the fund manager, the firm name. You're going to get the name of the person, the title, the asset class that they're responsible for. You're going to get their email. Now there's, again, 400,000 contacts, but you're going to have around 270,000 emails. So if it doesn't have an email, it's really just simple. Copy and paste the name into LinkedIn, and then you're going to get the rest of their information. So this is the perfect type of database to use to start off with the filtering of the smaller databases, whether it's by country or sector. So now let's go take a look at the individual Singapore database. Okay, so now we're looking at the Singapore funds database 2022, 2023, and 2024. And you can see in the bottom we've got about 355 of them. Go back up to the top. You're going to get the name of the fund. You're going to get a background of the fund and basically what they look for. So for example, AJ Capital Growth Investment VCC is a private equity fund with a diversified industry focus within Asia. So that's a typical type of description you're going to get. You're going to get what type of asset, whether it's an asset class, venture capital, private equity, could be real estate. And this one here just happens to be a growth fund. They're currently raising. And then the fund manager, of course, where it's located. Again, these are all going to be Singapore. And then a little bit more information about the components of the fund. And for example, if I come over here, you can see some of them are diversified, and then you're going to get core industries, and sometimes you're going to get industry verticals. Go a little bit over to the right, and you're going to see here you're going to get their address. Again, they're all in Singapore for this one. If you've watched previous videos, you know that I can do them for pretty well major countries as far as all the kind of sectors that you would look at. You're going to get their website, you're going to get their email, you're going to get their info ad or admin email on this. When we go over to the contacts, you're going to see you get individual contacts of the people that you need to reach out to. And then you get a little bit more information about the geographic reach. So now let's go over to take a look at the key contacts. Okay, so now we're over on the key contact sheet. So you can see on the bottom hand, we got about 6,500 key contacts. Go back up to the top, you're going to get the fund manager, you're going to get the firm, you're going to get their name, their title, the asset class that they're responsible for, and then you're going to see their personal email. Again, if you don't have their email, very simple. Copy and paste their name into LinkedIn, and you're going to get their details. You can reach out to them there. You're going to get their telephone number. Again, they're all in Singapore. So this is a great database if you're looking to reach out to key Singapore fund managers. If you're looking to raise capital and you want to take a look at Singapore as a potential source for that capital, whether it's a real estate project, whether it's private equity, venture capital, or other types of projects, this is the ultimate database for raising capital in Singapore in 2025 and beyond. For more information, contact DubaiInvestorsList.com. That's DubaiInvestorsList.com. Please like, share, and subscribe.